14,000 of the greatest fans ever. No one wanted to play in Cole Fieldhouse, and that's when you know you have a good home court.
You walk in, and then you're at the very top looking down at this big bowl of red seats, and it just was jaw-dropping.
Every seat was a great seat in Cole Fieldhouse. You'd walk in and be cold in Cole Fieldhouse, and I'd be upset because I don't like to play in a cold gym. I'd rather have it hot. By halftime, it was 100 degrees. And there was no ventilation in Cole. They'd open a door. That was the ventilation. And when you came out of that tunnel, that noise, right, say 5 minutes before the game, that noise could almost knock you over. You just feel it. People basically telling you, well, the way you want to do things isn't good enough, so you got to copy Duke. You know, sure, you know, we're going to copy them, right? The rivalry became when we got good enough to compete against them.
We were the two best teams in the ACC. You had Coach K and Gary Williams, two of the best coaches in college basketball. And there was this kind of a hatred for each other in a way. There was a respect, but there was this competitive spirit that we just really wanted to beat them.
In 2001, we played them 4 times. We blew a 10-point lead here. Blake fouled out of the game on a phantom foul with about a minute left. Jay Williams hit 3 threes. We missed some fronts of one-on-ones.
It's the most remarkable comeback I have ever seen.
Go down there, beat Duke on Battier's senior night.
Oh, that goes to the basket! Maryland has done it. They've come to Durham and won.
Then we play them in the ACC tournament.
Now Duke with a chance. Williams down the lane. Missed the shot pass. Tipped by Nate James. Good by Nate James. What a finish. Dixon to win it.
And of course the game in the NCAA where Duke won a national championship. We were up 20 in the first half and, 10 at halftime, and, we weren't 20 points better than Duke.
Duke with a 33-point turnaround, and Mike Krzyzewski goes, wow!
Those games, they're games the players never forget, and they're the special games. Coaches are funny. A lot of times you remember your losses more than you do your wins.
February 17th, 2002.
Number 1 versus number 3.
Felt like we were better than them. We wanted to prove it.
Williams, the top candidate for Player of the Year in the college ranks this year.
The vibe about that Maryland-Duke game that year was just a sense of heightened anticipation. It's what fans and players look forward to.
This was the last year at Cole Fieldhouse. We didn't want Duke to win the last game that we played against them in Cole Fieldhouse.
Hi everybody, welcome to Cole Fieldhouse on the campus of the University of Maryland. Johnny Holiday with Chris Knockey as the Terps today take the floor against number 1 Duke. The Terrapins number 3 in the country.
You knew it was a special moment and a special time to be playing Maryland basketball. I'm just getting in the defensive stance, just being ready for whatever's going to come. Jason Williams, he takes it to the right corner at half court. And, he's trying to communicate with Coach K. Peeks back at him once. Real early. At that point, I'm not really thinking much about stealing the ball. I'm just getting ready, and he looks back a second time for a little bit longer, and I see he's still kind of curious about what Coach K wants.
Oh, and Williams caught looking at his coach, and Blake scores! Oh my! Great job by Steve Blake.
To get that, you have to get it when the ball is just coming off the hand to go back down to the floor.
At that time, when he looked back then, I was like, wow, he's really not focused on me at all.
Well, while Jay Williams was standing there before Steve picked him, you couldn't hear it. And that's why he had to turn towards Krzyzewski. The Cole wasn't loud, but Cole was ridiculous. It was part of the deal. If you went to Cole Fieldhouse and you were a Maryland fan, you were going to make noise. I don't care if you were 18 or you were 58. You were going to make noise, and that's what separated Cole from a lot of places.
And he's correct. It was a huge momentum builder for us. Looking back, actually, at that, I kind of wish I had thrown some sort of behind the back pass to Chris so he could have dunked on Jay Will, but so glad I made the layup.
The greatest thing about that, about Coach K being so mad, not necessarily at Jay wins, but just that he felt, you know, when you're coaching, you feel like you're responsible for something negative. You know, I'm sure I know how he felt because I've been there many times. It was kind of a great feeling, know that Coach K could screw up too.
You know, Duke is a team that can strike at any moment. If they get hot, man, they get rolling quick. Hopefully that put a little bit of doubt in their minds at halftime to make sure they're not feeling good about themselves. And that just has an effect on teams going into the second half.
In the second half, I think we fed off of that play. You know, it's hard to say you feed off of one play, but I really believe we did.
It's all credit to Gary Williams and this Maryland Terrapin team.
Everyone had an impact. Our team did, I did, the fans did. You know, everyone had their role in creating a big win like that.
That might have been the greatest regular season game we had in Cole Fieldhouse.
They have defeated number 1 Duke, 87-73, and the celebration is on.
We'll live and die together. And we were just a band of brothers who just respected each other and loved being around each other.
Beating Duke the way we did certainly gave our players enough confidence, no matter who we played in the NCAA tournament, we were good enough to win.
Every situation was a chance for us to build towards winning a national championship.
Nothing's going to keep us away. We're going to get it. Our practices a lot of times were as intense as our games. And when you have that, you keep getting better during the year.
We got one more, baby.
And a lot of teams don't get better, and it's not that they get worse, but people pass them by because other teams get better. And we were able to get better that year, and, you know, good things happen.
And the kids have done it. Maryland wins their first ever national championship, holding up Indiana 64-52.